Let's talk about one big mistake that you absolutely want to avoid when selling your home here in the Seattle area. It's pricing. It's specifically overpricing your home, pricing it too high. Now, I get it. Setting a higher price point might seem like a clever strategy to leave room for negotiation or aim for bigger profits. Trust me, I have sellers trying to convince me of that every day. But it almost always backfires. In fact, Realtor.com reports that nearly 20% of sellers, 1 in 5 for you guys playing along at home, 20% have to reduce their price to finally attract a buyer, and you don't want to be part of that statistic. Here's why overpricing your home can create major headaches and how to get it right from the start. Now, it may be different in other markets. I have bought investment property in many other states, and I allow my local realtors to advise me there of what's going on in the market at those locations and at those times in the market cycle. But for Seattle, we do not do well with overpricing the home, and even in the soft times of year like December, when not very many homes are selling, homes tend to sell for between 100% and 98% of their list price. There are not a lot of people who are comfortable coming in and lowballing and getting the offer that works for them if it's far away from what you're asking for. They'll tend to just skip over the property. Overpricing turns off Seattle's buyers. The Seattle real estate market is very competitive, and buyers today are navigating higher mortgage rates and rising costs. If your home is priced too high, buyers don't say, "Oh, I'll just negotiate." Instead, they're thinking, well, what else is out there? I don't like this home for this price. They just click on the next listing. And as the National Association of Realtors puts it, some sellers are pricing their homes higher than ever just because they can, but this may drive away serious buyers. And let's be real, if buyers aren't even stepping through the door of your home, you're missing out on the chance to make that all-important first impression. Fewer showings mean fewer offers, and that's the last thing you want when you're selling your home. Now let's talk about the danger of sitting on the market too long, days on market. Here's another issue with overpricing. If your home sits on the market for weeks, or worse, months, buyers start to wonder what's wrong with it. It's like that restaurant with no customers eating there. You're not going to go in and taste the food and decide for yourself. You're going to say, they must know something that I don't know. This is not a good place. I'm going to skip it. And it's the same thing when buyers see your house sitting on the market for a lot longer than average. Buyers will say, what's wrong with the property? Is there an issue with the house, the zoning, the construction? Is it falling apart? Are the sellers difficult to work with? And even if the only problem is your price, that lingering time on the market creates doubt. US News explains it perfectly. Setting an unrealistically high price with the idea that you can come down later doesn't work well in real estate, and especially here in Seattle. Okay, guys, so a home that's overpriced in the beginning tends to stay on the market longer even after the price is cut because buyers think there must be something wrong with it. So when you eventually lower the price, it can feel like you're waving a red flag. Buyers might assume that you're desperate or that there's an issue with the home. It's just not as good as pricing it right from the beginning. So that's the next question, how to get the price right from the beginning. Here's the good news. Avoiding these pitfalls is easier than you think. It starts with partnering with a knowledgeable Seattle real estate agent, like me, hint, hint. You want someone who's not just going to tell you what you want to hear, but who uses real-time local market data to set a price that attracts attention and attracts offers without leaving money on the table. And I've helped plenty of Seattle homeowners find that sweet spot for pricing, balancing market trends and buyer demand to get their home sold quickly and to get a great return. They have money in the pocket, right? So you don't need someone who's just going to agree with you and your gut feeling. Those types of soft agents often end up with expired listings that are overpriced. You need an agent who will guide you honestly and strategically and not be afraid to tell you the truth. So here's the bottom line when it comes to pricing your Seattle home. Remember, if the price isn't compelling, it's not selling. Let's work together to make sure your home hits the market with a price that gets noticed and gets results. results. The average days on market here tends to be about a week, so you don't need to be proud of selling it slower and pricing it too high, okay? You need to hit the ground running with a great product, your home looking wonderful. A lot of prep goes into getting it ready before it gets on the market, and then once it arrives, it should arrive with a great price for best results. If you're ready to get started, you can reach out to me, and otherwise I will see you on the next video.